Okay. Okay. Whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here? Okay. Ah. God. All right. So, uh, last chance. I think the right technique is score it, and then you really need to put pressure on the seam. And so I think I'm going to use these quick clamps for that. One to clamp it to this block here that I'm going to use to um, act as kind of like the fulcrum, and then one on the other side so that I can apply pressure on it while I tap tap tap. That's at least the plan. So this is the last chance. If this fails, I order the parts from glass cutting guy on Etsy. Um, who will make them for me at $2 a part. Um, that's 140 by 20. Seam here right, it's going to have to divide this. Both of these are reasonably straight. Oh, but I want to get rid of that. So I'll rotate this. This. That's reasonably parallel on these two sides. However it is they got cut. So 140 millimeters. One hundred and okay, so that's fair. All right. That's not quite right. Don't like that. Well, that's a bit of a problem. This glass is no longer clean enough for me to mark. All right. Clean up this glass. Okay. Let's do that again. One 40, just this one here. hell? We do too, and it's important that. Okay. Let's see. So 140, 140. Um, let's do the scoring. So this guy is not going to move too much, but really you need help with the ruler. Okay. Okay. And then cut. Hmm. I need more clearance. Scoop that. Yo. Oh. Yeah. Moving ruler. moving ruler is the bane of my existence. Significant number of the screw ups. Okay. Next bit here. Be enough clearance. We're not, that's not the greatest cut. This got pushed back. All right, next direction, we go like this. This is where we need the 20mm lines. All right, so let me start from this end is flatter, so let's start from this side. See if I can get this reasonably square. And then I want 20mm. It's about 3/4 of an inch. Ah, fuck. I can clean this cork. that didn't really help. Okay. Yeah, let me make a bunch of these and then I can like, pick the best. All right, that's enough for now. Then I need to go that way because I'm using this tape. Okay, now let's see. I want to tape down this piece of glue. Keep it shifting. All right, and then these pieces of tape. Keep this from shifting laterally. Piece of tape at the of the ruler. Piece of tape at the ruler. Easy. Oops. Since they're right up against each other, if I don't follow the line exactly, if I drift off, then the next piece gets marked up, which isn't a disaster, but is annoying. So this way. Getting the hang of it. Need to be more careful on that last bit. Make sure to poke the ruler. It's kind of slow going. Ah, veered off. Ah. Next.
to repair. It's like, oh,
the decisions that we make are decisions that we make. If you did something bad, if you stole something. Okay, so this thing's all scored. Next, the brakes. So I think first one I'm going to do is going to be the easy one, which is get rid of the setting mat. Brake against this, right? So then I probably don't need that. All right, I'm scared. What was that? One thing that the internet people said is flex up and down along that seam. The to create the to get that crack to propagate. Now I can't see crack propagating. And this one's going to be a little bit harder. Yeah, so this one's going to be harder. But this is the one where I think I'm going to need some help. Hope getting the crack by. I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, so this is no good. Okay, so I'm going to do that. There's. Oops. So that's undesirable because I didn't. Doesn't matter, right? But I didn't want that. Didn't want this to go out there. That's when for this long piece, I would want theory what the technique should be to flex and tap. I'm going to start on this. Flex and tap. So flex, tap. There we go. Okay. That part was a little not so great. Okay. No, I'll break that off last. I want a little bit more weight on that other side. So now for a really hard one. So this is where technique here is I feel like I need more clamps. Okay. All right. Whoops. And then on a flex and tap. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this needs a little bit of sanding. A little bit too wide. I see, because it didn't break exactly along the line. Or I had to have a flaw somewhere. I'll need to sand this a bit. But that is the right size. Okay. Let's see if I can duplicate this with the next bit. See if I can get a better angle or a different angle. Okay. Different angle. Okay. Oh no. This way. So this guy's scrapped. So still have problems. Like this guy went off that way. Now let's try to get back here. Yeah, okay. Both times actually doing it that end seemed to be a little bit better. Break that off. Using the two sticks method. Or can I do this with a pair of pliers? Try this with a pair of pliers using the no. This is no good. Sure, I'm gonna get that off. Pliers or not it. Alright, so now let's try. Let's make sure that a little closer to the seam. So it's not so far away from the support here. Oh, can you get in there? And then let's get rid of this part here. Oh no! So, second one lost. Okay, so that's a bit tricky. Because sometimes it still runs away. Ah! see. Okay, so you got to be looking closely, right? I can see this. I can tease this down. Okay. Okay. So you should be looking real close because yes, what you kind of want to do is you don't want it to go all the way through, then have a crack that's the full thickness propagate down. Then you're subject to errors. You want to start shifting the tamping once you see the once you see it start to the cracks start to form. And ideally, you want a partially formed crack all the way down the line before you do that final break. Okay, so there it is. Can't see it. Can't see how far down that is. Is this one continuous? That's tricky. You really got to be looking closely. Um, like, so these clamps picking up. Like I want to put my eye right here, get closer. There we go. Ah, damn it. Yeah. Rid of. I'm gonna need to order from the guy on Etsy. I don't think I'll have enough good ones to make this work, but a few. So far, I've gotten 3. Oh, yeah. So like the tapping, it's almost like to be careful. Up and down, up and down. Right. Yeah. Can't depend on being able to see it. You just have to have start lighter and then work your way up and down without like the most efficient ones, like from the YouTube videos, the guys are striking boldly and forming a little crack and then edging the crack upwards. But I don't have that level of control. So I gotta start light and then start light, way down. Crack didn't follow. Since making sure that I focus. That guy started off. It's almost like you have to still leverage still might be helpful. where I want to make sure that there's some stress against that line. All right, so this is just not working well. Breaking pliers. I could do something. Arg! Ah, off here. The need to tension. Maybe I will defer the problem. Ah, this guy goes. Shh. Oh yeah, you can see that on the camera. I was like, why did the crack go over there? In reality, I actually don't know how effective sandpaper is. Um, I'm not
Mary Sue said,
getting rid of
I
it.
wonder if more targeted heat application might give better results.
Not sure. I mean, that's the heat is usually used to initiate the crack due to stress. what's key about propagating the crack seems to be pressure on the other side. That's the key takeaway, right? I managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And that seems to be the key thing. And that's how uh, they make special pliers to initiate breaks. And the pliers aren't just like flat. They're concave so that they apply pressure on the other side. And that pressure you put here seems to be what follows this line of weakness. And so if I put the right pressure on, or if the place I put pressure is well aligned with where I'm tapping, then it encourages the crack to follow the correct location. Whereas without pressure, the tendency for the crack to wander off. That up. I can't easily see what's going on. It went off that way. Crack. Quite. Interesting. This is not what I thought. I thought that both of these parts would be scrapped. This one actually didn't drift too far. I think like in the glass bottle cutting videos, the heat stress served the same purpose as topping. It encourages the fracture, but it's the pressure that encourages the fracture to follow the score line. This small piece is, how do I apply enough pressure on this narrow side? Because I don't have the kind of I don't have that much leverage. Which is what I was doing with this third quick clamp. Problem with the third quick clamp is it's easy to put with this much leverage, easy to put too much. Plus, the quick clamp is not ideal because this grippy thing is like soft, and so it's hard to feel what's going on. Pretty good down here, but I didn't weaken this part enough by the time the break started. So it's like I want there to be a set of fractures all along here before the full thickness crack starts. This guy just can't be good. Can't get rid of that. And then also the start of the crack down here is a bit tricky because the cut line is much worse on this side than this side. form a fracture, or is this my imagination? Here. Come off. It's virtually impossible. Glass cleaning pliers, I could apply them, but this doesn't apply the force in the right location. Because when I grip the piece of glass, it's going to grip at the edge and not the center. This one could be good. I can't sand off this much glass. There's a guy with the one video where he manages to use a soldering iron to encourage the crack to form and follows the crack by using soldering iron. But I could not get that to work. Um, uh, Soldering iron had just no effect on either creating a crack or uh, propagating the crack. I can do what I did last time uh, with the balsa wood. I can break along that line with the balsa wood, the stir sticks. So it's like, and then, that end, I can because the scribe line is often the most imprecise way at the ends when I'm at the end of a stroke. So okay, this my mistake here was I had to tap a little bit here, tap a little bit here, work my way at the weakest spots. Anyway, that's done. So I think I scribed enough for 18 pieces, and I managed to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12 scrapped. 3% yield. Well, That's the end of this. I think getting the yield up is about either practice or really probably tools. Having the real glass pliers, the real breaking tools, that would make a big difference for this size. Because I just can't get the consistent leverage on the little part. Um, all right. Well, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I got 7 not yet ready for sanding pieces. All of these. There's this. This one doesn't have a huge amount of protrusion, but it's a little bit oversized because the crack followed just a little bit too long on this side. So that's a little bit too big to be sanded. This one has some protrusions, but it's undersized. So this guy actually will fit. I don't technically have to do anything to this guy. This guy, huge piece sticking here that I probably will need to break off. Another huge piece sticking out. Small piece sticking out. Fit. This one, whoa. This one doesn't need any work. I probably still screw down the edges. So I got 2 that actually are good enough that they fit and only need a little minor sanding to prevent them from being too sharp. This one is probably, I've got 1 that's good enough to be a close enough fit that all I need is sanding.
Jerry Shu said, how do you use these panes?
So the pane provides the backing for the diamond sailing, the diamond lapping film. So you put this in here because glass is real flat. So you put this in here, and then I used foam tape essentially to stick it in there permanently, and then you put you stick the film through this. And because this is real flat, when I'm sharpening the knife, I can actually go and stroke in both directions, and the blade will not pinch on the film. Because the film is very thin, and then I can sharpen stuff with a sharpening system. They make several versions of these. But glass is the right stuff for the thin films that I have. They make a version that is aluminum, but aluminum is too soft. At sanding pressure, it'll still dig in a little bit. And for thin films, they catch. So that's the purpose of this paint, because the versions that come with the glass pre-installed cost $45 a pair, and the versions that are blank handles cost $25 a pair. And all this glass that I busted up cost only $40.
And these paints get consumed?
No, they don't get consumed. But you need as many as for the different grades. So the diamond films are pretty durable. But you can't stick them and then unstick them. So if I remove the diamond film from the platen, then that film is done. And so having more platens means that I can have the different coarseness that I need without expending the films just because I need to switch coarseness levels. Because ceramic blade I found needs to be sharpened to much finer grades of coarseness fineness compared to metal blades. Metal blades are like wicked sharp by the time you get to like 800 grit. Maybe 1,000, 1,200 grit would be considered extremely sharp. Whereas the ceramic blade doesn't even begin to feel even a little sharp until you hit 600. And even at 600, it's like barely knife grade. It doesn't feel pretty sharp until you get to like 1,200, 1,800. And in order to get it really sharp, you need to get up to like 4,000, 8,000 grit. And you need to step up to those. And that's what I need the platens for. So we can stick the diamond films to them. But the panes don't get consumed. They prevent me from consuming the diamond films so fast when switching between them. All right, time to clean up all this busted glass.